born in the world of F&O as well, given that the market has been quite muted. What are we keeping an eye out on now? Nigel is joining in with us for that.
Well, that's right. Actually, the market's been muted. And if you look at the Nifty, the intraday pullbacks as well have been quite feeble. But if you want to look at a couple of positives, one is the advance decline ratio. That's not falling apart. You have close to 1,200 stocks that are advancing, which is a pretty good sign out there. So the broader markets, it's not that bad today, which is encouraging. The other point I'm looking at is the Nifty as well as the VIX. If you look at the VIX, we've fallen more than 1,000 points from the top. But the volatility index hasn't really perked up. It should have been at high teens at the least. It's still holding at around 12 odd. So that will give the bull some kind of comfort. Moving to the options data then, the PCR at the start of the day was around 0.64. That's moved to around 0.68 approximately. There's call as well as put writing in today's trading session, and the option writers, they are taking the money. That is, they're writing the premiums, they're pocketing the premium, and the premiums moving down because the IVs as well are crashing out there. So just look at the 24,700 call. Premium out there, it's down to sub 100 rupees. If you look at the 24,900 put as well, the premium has crashed from around 100 rupees to around 82 rupees approximately. And the 26,650 put, well, at the start of today, the premium was more than 80 rupees. That's come down to around 60 rupees. Short point is the writers seem to be at play today. And just looking at the data points in terms of technical levels, in terms of the options data as well, the broad sense is the crucial support comes in around 24,550. So if we have to see a bounce or a short covering bounce, this level needs to hold out. If that gets broken decisively, then we're easily seeing a further slide down. On the upside, 24,850 going by the options data, that's the first level of resistance. There can be a pullback, but you'll get further confidence once you get past the 24,850 odd mark. Stocks that I'm looking at, and before that, the Nifty Bank, that's the one that's actually broken down the last few days. So if there is something that needs to bounce, then the Nifty Bank needs to get its form back. Currently, it's trading below the 50 as well as the 20 DMA. Finally, in terms of stocks, GAIL is seeing some bit of short covering in today's trading session. That's why, as the con call progressed, the open interest is down, the stock is mildly higher. And you have Mastercard Dock as well. There is some selling in the cash market, but there is some unwinding of positions as well that we're seeing on that one. And finally, RBL Bank, that's in the F&O band. But there is a likelihood it's gradually moving towards that 80% of MWPL. It started the day at more than 95% since it was in the band. So watch out for that one. If there's further unwinding, then it could possibly come out of the band. Back to you.
Okay, all right, Nigel, thanks very much for that. That's on the F&O space. But we do have Hormuz now to take us